Harrison, what do you think you guys can learn from this weekend, back-to-back games against two very good teams and competing pretty well last night, and then not so much tonight?
I think just a level of consistency and sustained focus. I think both teams, throughout the course of the game, no matter who was in, I thought they executed and they played at a high level, and they didn't have any lapses. And I think with us, that's something we can learn from. Obviously, turnovers, shot quality, communication, defensive breakdowns, different things like that that happened at certain times when you're playing against good teams. They capitalize.
What do you think? What kind of reaction do you think Mitch was trying to get with that early line change in the first quarter, basically subbing out everybody?
They said we need to play hard. I think anytime as starters, you start off the game and there's a lag, it sets the tone. And for us, we have to be better. Mitch called us out on that, and I thought the second unit responded, or the group that came in responded with more energy.
Speaking of that second unit, Keldon was certainly a bright spot tonight and has been, pretty much the second half of the season. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, Keldon's been great. He's definitely one of the higher energy guys that we've had that consistently before and after the All-Star break has just been, a lively spirit for us in the locker room, spark for us on the court. And it's been great to just see him just continue to build off, good performance after good performance.
Might be an odd night to ask the question, but the Spurs did set a franchise record for threes in a season, breaking last year's record. Seems like every team is breaking their own record over and over in this day and age. How, in your course of your career, have you seen the three-point ball sort of evolve? And I think a lot of it might have to do with some of the guys in the other locker room tonight as well.
Yeah. Well, how many of the guys in the other locker room? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. No, I think in general, obviously when I first came to the league, it was all about, logo game. I mean, obviously, Tim was a master of that, right? I mean, you had two bigs, you you had a slower offense. There was maybe one designated guy on every team that shot threes. And now in today's game, I mean, you probably have one designated guy that doesn't only shoot threes, right? That's just how things have changed in a decade, right? I mean, that's what everyone is hunting. That's what everyone is doing. That's how 90% of the teams are constructed now, 4 threes, for guys who are 6'4" to 6'10" that can shoot threes, that can handle, that can play make, that can pass, all that type of stuff. So I think the game is continuing to evolve, continuing to change. Obviously, I'm sure there'll be another evolution coming up here soon, but that's kind of how it's been from when I was drafted to now.
Is it just mandatory to get up a bunch of threes now? You almost can't keep up if you're not at least trying to be in the ball game there.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, not every three is the same, right? I think that's the distinguishing factor, right? Obviously, there's catch and shoot wide open threes, there's off the dribble threes, there's different things like that. So it's not simply just a matter of running down and hoisting them up, but which teams can generate the best shots. And with those teams that generate the best shots, usually a good amount of them are catch and shoot threes.
Another weird one I wanted to ask you is Orlando's coming in here soon, and a guy you play with, Corey Joseph, is on that team. And I'm just curious, how a guy like that who's never a star, never an all-star, never really a 20-point scorer or anything like that, how does that guy keep in the league? And every team, somebody wants him every year, you know what I mean? He's had such a long career.
Well, I think the unique thing about Corey, which he's done, and the thing that I try to tell our guys in our locker room, is that people don't stay in this league that long without providing value. And there can only be 1 or 2 20-point scorers on every team. There's always going to be 1 or 2 all-stars on every team, right? So that leaves a lot of opportunity for guys to bring value in other ways. And Corey has done that throughout his career. He's done that high school, college. Obviously, we're in the same high school class. I've known Corey for a long time. And I think everywhere he's gone, he's provided that. And I think it's a testament to his hard work, but also continuing to reinvent yourself to provide different aspects of yourself to each team that he's been on.
What was the value you provided in Sacramento when you were with him?
Stability. I mean, Corey would go out there every single night for us. Obviously, we had a lot of changing parts, and there would be some nights, he's on the training table. I'm like, there's no way he's going to be able to, go out there and play. And he'd go out there and he played 36 minutes, and he might have to guard the best, point guard on the other team or the best perimeter guy on every team, and he may have 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, but like his effort and energy was what won a game. So I think there's always value in guys that can go out and impact a game without necessarily having some absurd stat line.
Charles didn't play too much tonight, but he did get back on the court after missing a month. But what did you see from him during the recovery process, and just how he's kind of been able to stay positive, regardless of what his role might be?
Yeah, Bassey, I mean, he's been great for us all year in the sense that he's played. Obviously, injuries are difficult and they take you out of rhythm. And, he's worked extremely hard to get back. So, hopefully for however many games, he's able to play the rest of the season, he can find some rhythm.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you, Harrison.